Hello, my name is Justin E. King, and I am a cosmetic dermatologist. Essentially, what that means in plain English is that I'm a skin doctor specializing in the appearance of the skin, and that includes stretch marks. I have over 12 years of experience, and I treat patients of all ages, from babies and children to adolescents and adults. I'm here today to talk to you about a complete stretch mark solution which will enable you to get rid of your stretch marks for good. So, if you're looking for a safe and easy way to make your stretch marks go away, disappear, fade, or be less visible, this video is for you. If you want smooth, silky skin without the unsightly bumps and discolorations, again, this video is for you. If you've been suffering for years from embarrassment and discomforts caused by stretch marks, you owe it to yourself to watch this video through to the end. This could be the life-changing solution you've been searching for. My name is Justin E. King, and I will erase your stretch marks permanently. First of all, it's important for you to understand what stretch marks are. Stretch marks, or striae, as they are called in dermatology, are a form of scarring on the skin with an off-color hue. They are caused by tearing of the dermis, which over time may diminish, but will not disappear completely. The largest organ of your body is the skin. It literally covers and stretches from our head to our toes. It is flexible and pliable and moves and morphs with us. Think of what happens to it when a woman gets pregnant. As we grow taller, wider, heavier, older, it changes and transforms along with us. It responds, and sometimes, as the fibers that connect cells and tissue reach their maximum elasticity, they break, tear, rip, and leave dreaded markings, edges, bumps, scaly scars on the surface of our epidermis, or the outer layers of our skin. And that's what's called stretch marks. Yes, we've all seen them, touched them, tried to smooth them out at some point. Their presence is undeniable, for us to dread and others to frown upon and take notice. We've had to cope with them in some way, shape, or form at different stages of our lives. When it comes to stretch marks, most people assume that only heavy people or pregnant women get them. This isn't even close to the truth. Basically, age and weight fluctuations play a very large role in who and who is not going to get stretch marks, in who is going to get stretch marks and who isn't. Other factors like genetics and hormones can influence who suffers from stretch marks as well. Contrary to popular belief, women aren't the only ones that suffer from stretch marks. There are many men that suffer from them too, hiding those stretch marks with boxers or long shorts. Stretch marks occur anywhere and everywhere on the body. They often occur as our weight fluctuates. They are the result of expansion, contraction, and stretching of the skin. As our body changes, skin fibers, cells, membranes, and walls get pulled and stretched beyond capacity until they give and break. Both men and women battle this ongoing war. Our skin shows and tells the story and paths of our lives. Stretch marks are physical evidence of this process that we do not want, but we have to deal with. We conceal and camouflage. We try to get rid of them through diet, through exercise, topical treatments, and other interventions. Now let me ask you this. Are you feeling embarrassed because you have stretch marks? Are you hiding and concealing your stretch marks? Are you looking for makeup solutions to cover your stretch marks? Are you feeling dirty and scarred? Are you denying and ignoring your stretch marks? Do you wish you could wake up one morning and they'd be gone? Do you spend fortunes on different topical treatments that don't work? Do you want to get rid of those stretch marks, or at least make them less visible? Do you want your old smooth and shiny skin back? And since you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you're looking for a way to safely and naturally get rid of your stretch marks, right? As a cosmetic dermatologist, I can tell you this. Conventional stretch mark procedures are painful, time-consuming, and costly, and their impact and consequences you might not always have bargained on, budgeted for, or counted among possibilities or risks. Peel-type treatments can be painful and have to be taken repeatedly, and outside of most household or personal budgets to be realistic and viable. Plastic and cosmetic surgery, invasive procedures are still an upscale option for those who can scrape together the dollars to get the job done. The results, however, will vary, and there are no guarantees. As things stand today, there is no one surefire way to totally correcting and getting rid of stretch marks. Well, almost nothing, but we'll get to that in a minute. If you have stretch marks, you'd know that they are not dangerous, they don't hurt, and they're certainly not life-threatening. But what's often overlooked is the emotional or the psychological side of it. Chronic stress, unhappiness about one's body, can lead to clinical depression. I get many emails describing how stretch marks ruined a life, made someone isolated and depressed, sometimes to the point of being suicidal. Nobody talks about it much. Psychologists and dermatologists seem to underestimate and ignore the effects of stretch marks on mental health, and those afflicted do not talk about it because they feel ashamed to admit that a harmless skin imperfection is destroying their lives. Don't get me wrong, I don't blame stretch mark-afflicted people when they become depressed. Not at all. I totally understand it. It is extremely difficult to withstand the competitive environment we're in. Take a look at this particular email I got from one of my patients. "Hi, Justin. I am covered in stretch marks and I'm only 19. After obesity, anorexia, depression, and overexercising, there's no way that I could get out of this unscathed. I absolutely hate myself. I try to live and love myself, but it's impossible. I'm not ugly, but when you live feeling pressure to be perfect, like those people on TV, it's impossible to feel okay about yourself. I've tried to commit suicide several times, only because of my stretch marks, and people tell me to accept myself, but it's truly hard. When I feel a bit happy, I see girls with beautiful bodies, showing their arms and legs. I feel useless. I try to find a job, but it's pointless. I always feel useless compared to other girls who work with me. Point is that I'll never be like them, and I've already given up living. Sometimes I feel like having cancer is easier to live with than living with stretch marks. I have never been kissed or allowed myself to have a social life because I feel like I don't deserve it, and I always think that other people will laugh at me, etc. I hope no one feels the way I do. Gina D." Well, this is just one example of how the psychological aspect can make stretch marks a potentially harmful condition. And the above email is sort of like the so-called turning point for me. I've had enough of people suffer through the same emotional vulnerabilities and depression as Gina, and a number of my other patients did. Let me tell you here and now that there are natural ways to treat, minimize, and deal effectively with stretch marks. You do not have to resort to drastic, extreme, or expensive measures to rid yourself of stretch marks. Costly or painful procedures, mediocre results do not have to be your stretch mark tale of despair. You can turn it into a natural solution success story. Stories like Cynthia A. from Melbourne, Australia. "Hi, Justin. I just wanted to say a big thank you for this awesome guide that has helped me to learn so much about why I got those stretch marks in the first place. I got a lot of them during pregnancy. My belly looked like a zebra. It was horrible, and although I lost the weight, I didn't want anybody to see me in my bikini. I was so embarrassed about my purple stretch marks. I decided to give one of your homemade cream recipes a shot and followed your nutrition guidelines. After 3 weeks, I started to notice a significant improvement in the appearance of my stretch marks, and I was not even doing the exercises. Thank you so much." Najimi from Lisbon, Portugal. "I am writing to thank you for the simple but such efficient methods for removing stretch marks and improving my overall condition. And I thought that only women can get stretch marks when they are pregnant, and I was so shocked when I noticed stretch marks on my back. I'm 22 years old and work out regularly. I never thought that I could gain stretch marks from building muscles. Now, thanks to your advice, I can hardly see them anymore. Thanks, Justin. You saved my life. Now I don't have to hide from girls anymore." And Sonia J. from Detroit, USA. "I want to thank you so much for the advice in your book. I'm just 16 and already have stretch marks on my legs and breasts. Since my mom gave me your book, I realized the importance of choosing the right stretch mark product and doing light exercise to make them disappear. Now, after just a few weeks, I don't see the stretch marks on my breasts anymore, and the marks on my legs have shrunk and faded a lot. Introducing Erase Your Stretch Marks. If you're looking for tips, techniques, and products for saving you money and getting rid of unsightly stretch marks, this guide will enable you to optimize what Mother Nature has given and continues to give you, optimizing your natural processes and defenses. 100% natural products and alternative therapies and approaches to get the job done. This guide will also help you gain the upper hand in cutting your cost for stretch mark treatments. Here's just a fraction of what you'll learn in the ebook. What stretch marks are, where they come from, why they happen, who gets stretch marks and why, as well as how to cope and deal with them effectively. Tips to improve the appearance of stretch marks. Products and remedies, homemade, herbal, and others, for coping with stretch marks. Topical treatments and herbal remedies for stretch marks, one secret ingredient you must add to homemade creams. Cost-effective treatment for stretch marks. The role of exercise, stress, and related factors on development and occurrence of stretch marks. What do regular sex and a glass of wine have to do with fighting stretch marks? Microdermabrasion, lasers, and newer generation treatment alternatives. Follow nature's path for dealing with stretch marks. Preventative and corrective action can be taken using 100% natural products and not necessarily invasive and costly extreme procedures. Knowledge is power, and the more you know and understand about stretch marks, the more you will be able to best cope and deal with them effectively. Now's the time for you to take control of your life and unlock the secret of this powerful, all-natural system in removing your stretch marks. Imagine being able to go to the beach without having to worry about unsightly stretch marks and just have fun. Or just the simple joy of not having people stare at you like you're some kind of freak show whenever you're at a public swimming pool. You're literally just minutes away from accessing this incredible system. Win back your peace of mind and your self-esteem by investing a mere, and if you're still not sure, I'll take the risks for you. Try it risk-free today. If you purchase today, your purchase is 100% guaranteed. If after reading the book you still don't feel like you can literally change your life by getting rid of stretch marks, just ask, and I'll be glad to give you a full refund through ClickBank's refund policy. All purchases may be refunded within 60 days of purchase, so if you think this isn't as good as I claim, you'll get every cent you paid back. You no longer have to wonder about where to start or what to do to deal with your stretch marks. Find answers and solutions here. This guide will take you effectively from start to finish. Why wouldn't you take advantage of this incredible offer and enjoy being free of stretch marks, all for free, in just a few very easy steps, just like I did? Place your discreet and secure order below now.